What up, y'all? Welcome to Hotep-ish, intelligent-ish talk, intelligent shit talk. You know why we call it Hotep-ish. Shout out to Imhotep, the original multi-genius, builder of the first step pyramid, medicine, math, all that good stuff. And he's very intelligent, you know what I mean? Then you get these people that want to use his name in vain and call people who like talking black history, Hoteps. Nah. We taking the word back. We talking about some intelligent shit talk here. We live in studio. I got my very special guest in the building. First off, he's my regular, who's here whenever he can get here.
That's right.
From the Mike Robertson Boulevard, Mr. Mike Robertson. What's up, Mike?
What up, man? Thanks for having me, dog.
Thanks for coming down.
Yes, sir.
And also in studio, we got funny as hell comedian. He got his own show over at Dash Radio. And he got a flask in his hands.
Hey, now.
Mr. Kevin Tate.
What's poppin', man? My dog, DeJuan Brown. This ain't no flash either.
I was getting ready to say, don't mischaracterize it, man.
This is radio. We was doing TV, bro. It might be different. This is radio, man. Come on, man. You can't get
You on camera?
Yeah, where at?
Right there.
Yeah, what's
We
poppin',
stream.
though? All right, that's
We're going to re-upload this to YouTube sometime next week.
All right.
No, but see, a flash means something different.
It means
like
something totally different.
Yeah, like you pre-planned that shit.
Real-
you roll
Oh,
like
okay,
that.
okay.
That's
Yeah,
real wino-ish.
Yeah.
Okay, because like
No,
when I
I
used
don't
to
have a
drink,
flash.
when I used to drink a lot, I used to carry a flask on. I used to keep a flask on me.
Yeah,
Right,
so you
no,
was
no.
about that life.
Hell yeah, because I wasn't about to spend no $15 on one drink at the club.
I
Fuck
actually
that.
stopped to get some gum. And
Yeah,
then,
that's just, hey.
And it just fell in your hand.
Yeah, you pick that up right quick.
That just like yeah,
I already
okay.
know.
they got me on blast already. I
Hey.
just try to show up to the show. They don't
Uh-huh.
God
Yeah.
damn. Okay.
$9.99.
Man,
Okay.
shit.
I know.
God dang.
I'm already knowing.
So
What's good with it though, dog? It's good to be here, man.
I'm glad to
Definitely,
have you
man.
in studio, my brother.
It's a nice setup you got up, man. Finally get on the mic.
Yeah, finally get on this mic.
In your world, man. See what's going on with it. It's definitely good to be here, man.
Yeah. So what's been up with you, Kevin Tate? I know you be out there hitting that road. You be getting that work in comedy. What's up? Tell them who you are.
Man, same circus, different clowns. You know what I'm saying? I'm a, comedian out of Detroit / actor / ball player / daddy / yeah, I mean, like the whole thing.
Father.
So, yeah, but right now, man, shit in the ground. You know what it is. You know what it is. When I got out here, man, we getting to it no different than you, man.
Yeah.
Shit, getting opportunities and trying to turn them into other ones. You feel me?
Yeah. That's what's up.
I like how he threw in ball player. He named all his
I can't
items
let
like
that shit
I
ball
saw
player.
Kevin can hoop.
Hey, yeah, I gotta be like that, man. DeJuan be tough on me
I
sometimes.
wish I could have. I wish I was still hooping I wish I knew you when I was still hooping.
Oh,
'Cause
man.
I saw him hoop at Pookie's party.
Oh,
last
yeah,
year.
a little something like that. Yeah.
And Kevin was putting in work.
Yeah, I'm a lot
Post
older.
game.
And I'm a lot, exactly.
Yeah.
'cause I'm a lot older these days. But, man, good to see what you got going on here, man. This shit dope. It's good to hear you talk freely, man, and shit like that. You know what I mean?
I appreciate that, man. I appreciate
I think
that.
this is dope, man. You one of the solid guys in the game.
I
man.
appreciate that, man. Likewise.
Yes, sir.
Kevin Tate always look out for a play. I appreciate that. We got a lot to talk about tonight, man.
All right.
It's been a lot going on in the news. First little news dump, just to put it out there. Andrew Yang dropped out of the presidential race. I don't think anybody gives a shit. Do you? Or does anybody?
Andrew, who?
Yang? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. That's what I thought.
God damn, man.
He just last week.
But I can learn.
Just last week on Martin Luther King Day, he took Martin Luther King's slogan, "We coming to get our check," in reference to his little $1,000 a month plan. I'm like, hold on, homie.
Yeah, once he said the $1,000 a month, I'm like, nigga, you way off, partner. A nigga ain't gonna live long enough for that $1,000 a month to add up to shit, nigga.
What's up, man? That shit spent before it get there.
Yeah,
son.
1,000 a month, nigga.
Yeah, man. That bullshit, man.
Shut the fuck up.
And then we got this dude Bloomberg over here talking this shit, putting President Obama up in his ass and in his ads. And he running talking about it. But that video came out with him talking about stop and frisk. And talking about how it's good because like 95% of the hood be robbing people because they black and shit. And that came out. And then President Trump called him a racist on Twitter.
That's funny.
Damn.
That's funny,
Yeah,
man.
Bloomberg, yeah. You ain't gonna win either, motherfucker, all right?
Yeah.
Michael
Gonna
Bloomberg.
spend all his dough.
You ain't winning shit.
Yeah.
But I want to get into our main topic of the night, man.
All right.
My man, I don't know. It's been a lot of back and forth going on over the last, since the death of the great Mr. Kobe Bryant. Rest in
Man,
peace.
terrible thing.
We're gonna get into talking about Kobe, man. But we first, Snoop went. Gayle had that interview where she asked Lisa
Right.
Leslie
Right.
and prodded her. You know, well, does it make his legacy more complicated? And she didn't stop there.
Right.
She kind of kept going.
She kept going.
She was pressing the line.
Like pressing the line. And Lisa Leslie got her own. Like Lisa Leslie, great.
Yeah.
Her name stands on its own.
And she handled that right.
She
too,
handled
bro.
that right. I love the way Lisa Leslie.
Right.
Because first of all, like we here to talk Lisa Leslie and what she got going on. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Instead of talking about what she got going on, you start bringing up a dead man and some accusations from 20 years ago.
Man, I thought she handled it very well. Like I said, she was smooth too. Like she rolled it. Like she low key checked her / kept it professional. You ain't even know what you was watching this shit. Like
she kind of hit her with a drop step.
She checked it, bro.
She kind of leaned back and felt the pressure, then boom, hit that little drop step.
She was saying like, I think the media needs to back off. Knowing that she's the media,
absolutely,
and shit.
Yes,
you know what I mean. Like it's just saying back off, motherfucker.
Yeah, it's just saying it's not calling you mean. It's not calling you anything. It's just boundaries right now. You know what I mean. Let the family mourn and grieve. You know what I mean.
Look, and he got so much stuff to talk about, dog. It ain't like you reaching for something. He got so much shit you could talk about in his whole life that he affected to not bring that up, bro.
Absolutely, especially in a Lisa Leslie interview, which you figured she'd get a question, but you know that's no different than how they did R. Kelly. R. Kelly just was all of the shit they was asking, and everybody kind of wanted to hear.
Right.
But she was the same way. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know that's how that interview went. So. It's always interesting when you get somebody like that they choose to do it, man. Mm-hmm. But as you know, and I'm sure you probably allude to, Snoop came on.
Yeah.
Snoop came on. Now, when I first saw the post, I'm going to keep it 100. When I seen the post, Snoop come on, you know what? You funky dog head bitch. And woo, the whole shit. And when I watched it, I was just like, damn, he went in for real. But it didn't really register to me that he was talking to Gayle King. But then again, her choice of interview is one thing, right? So when I seen him do it, I didn't even think about it no more. But I was like, damn, he went hard for that shit. And I just put it with the fact that he could have possibly been just real close with Kobe and emotional at the time.
Yeah.
But as the days go by, they got an apology.
Yeah.
What you think about that?
Here's what I'm gonna say about that, man. Like with Snoop, first of all, when he said what he said originally, I thought he bit off more than he could chew. Because one thing is, we got to break it down what it is. You know, he worked for Viacom. Who does Gayle work for? Viacom. You know what I mean? So when you both getting paid by the same place and one side is paying one to push an agenda, and Snoop, you just over here got a little game show of Martha Stewart. She the bigger chess piece because she on CBS this morning. So when you go into I agree. Gayle is a funky dog head bitch. You feel me? And that's the appropriate term. I don't like calling women bitches, but she won. You know? And so for her to do that was some bitch ass shit. And so she did that, and that was her choice, and Snoop did that. But I was thinking, man, if he was just rapping, he can get away with that. But since he want to get in that TV world, I don't know if they're going to let him get away with the funky dog, with the "we coming for you" part.
Oh,
and
yeah,
that part wasn't even and the thing is, it wasn't even a threat. And black people's like, it's like.
But it is to white people and other people. Or not just white people, but people that's not directly in the culture. We coming for you.
Yeah.
Black people are coming for us. I'm scared to come out the house.
They get the trigger words like, oh, shit.
We're going to lock him into this, what you said. We're going to lock you into, what do you mean you coming to get him?
Yeah.
Right.
And ride him out like that. And then I think that he spoke for a lot of people. I don't think with...
And Gayle live in a white neighborhood too. So
but
he coming to our house.
But Gayle's not royalty, right? She's her own. Snoop is royalty in his own sense too. However, I still think there's a way to approach each other on such a national scale, right? So I'm not necessarily upset by what Snoop said. I mean, because it ain't touched me neither way, and I was quite offended and upset by the way she did the interview. But I don't know. Maybe I don't know. Maybe
Mike, what you think?
I think it's the first part of it is, to me, it's a case where Snoop was saying shit that's on his mind that you usually could say around niggas.
Like at the lunch table.
Yeah, or whatever, right? And he said what he really felt and how he would really say it.
Kobe was his homeboy.
But he captured it though, bro, and like put it out. You know what I mean? That's really like the only thing, because what he said, man, is some Snoop type shit. You know what I mean?
And when you read the online polls, most people agree with him.
Yeah, and she did something foul, and it was kind of foul, right, for somebody like Gayle and shit. You know what I mean? That's some foul shit to say.
Yeah.
So I think he just was a case of that, man. He threw that out there, man. And I wasn't really mad that he.
So you think it's foul to say it to Gayle because of who she is?
I just think she was a woman. So to go on publicly and say you a funky dog head bitch,
exactly,
to a woman in general,
older
right?
Woman too.
An older woman that's old enough to be your mom, possibly. You know what I mean? I think that's what it really connected to me because I have no dog in the fight, no pun intended. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not necessarily rooting for Gayle. But as a real player, as a real, you know what I mean? As somebody that really calls himself fly, I'm not going to hold no camera up to my face with 36 million followers.
Yeah.
And that doesn't make me more real to do it.
Yeah.
It doesn't make me less real not to do it.
Yeah, I hear you.
So it's not like him doing it he needed to do that to solidify who he was.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So when he went in that tough as a man, as a real one, I probably wouldn't even talk to no. And I'm not the whole black queen.
Yeah.
That ain't me. You know, I done said the term.
Yeah.
I done said the word in my day.
Yeah.
But I ain't going on camera to cuss nobody out specifically. I think there's another way to rant just as
Here's how I look at it when it comes to people like Gayle and Gayle and Oprah. That's what I call them, Gayle and Oprah. You know, we gotta look. I look at it as a power dynamic.
What the fuck you say?
Gayle and Oprah. Gayle and Oprah. When it comes to Gayle and Oprah, it just seems to me when you watch they moves, they kind of paid to cut black people, artists. Let's go down the line. Remember when Dave Chappelle first left his show, and he had the interview on Oprah. Instead of her, saying, if you watch the framing of that interview, she wasn't saying, it's good that you stood up on principle. She was like, but why Africa? Like, you gonna leave all that money? And it was just kind of like making him seem like less than from making the move that he made. Let's go back to 1998 when Toni Braxton lost her money. She had Toni Braxton, another black woman, on there, and she said it on her own show on VH1. Toni Braxton was like, Oprah made me feel this small. You know what I mean? Because she was like, well, you have Gucci flatware. I'm Oprah Winfrey. I don't have Gucci flatware. Is that why you went broke? And she did that shit to her. Let's look at when Oprah had this show. It's a show that Ice Cube did back in the day, and he had everybody she had everybody that on that show on her show, but she wouldn't invite Ice Cube on. You know what I mean? And then let's look at what she did. I'm just on a few things. Let's look at what Monique said. Remember when Monique said that shit about Oprah a couple years ago, and people was like, what's wrong with Monique? Because look what she did with Monique. Oh, we got to call her. Larry, is that you? Hello?
Hello?
Oh, what's up? What's up? Larry Goodwell just called in.
Man.
I'm gonna get back to I'm gonna let you talk on it.
What up, man?
Larry, what up?
What up, Tate?
Ain't nothing to a real one. What's good, dog?
Man, ain't nothing, man. Same old same, brother.
Monique, she said that when on her the problem was that Monique had with Oprah was Monique was invited on the Oprah show, and Oprah was like, and Oprah, she didn't know her family was gonna be there, and Monique was basically like, my mom, I got family.
Oh yeah,
business.
I remember that. Yes, I remember.
And
that.
she brought, and then she was like, okay, everything's gonna be good. Monique come to the show. Her brother who molested her was on the show, and she was like, nah. And old family dirt that should be done behind closed doors, Oprah just threw that powder cut, lit the match, and walked away like nothing happened. You know what I mean? So Oprah has a track record of kind of like, Michael Jackson was her friend. We all know about Leaving Neverland. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Then you see the way Gayle framed the interview with R. Kelly.
Yep.
It just seems to me, if you just watch their patterns of behavior, they tend to cut black, whether you male or female. Because I gave you examples, men and women.
Right.
But when it comes to others, you don't. When they gave that tribute to what's her name that died from Star Wars, Joe, what's her name? The girl Princess Anaya when she died a few years ago. Princess Leia. She died young. She never said, was there any drugs involved? She didn't even bring it up.
Look, let's start with something, okay?
Go ahead, Mike.
Can we start with something? Let's stop giving Gayle a separate identity, like as a separate person, man. It's Oprah, man. She's her little self.
Yeah, because
little Oprah.
You look at Gayle's face; she would not have a job if it weren't for Oprah.
Man, they do the same everything.
Yeah,
bro. They the same.
Yeah, I think that too. I think you dead on. I think you spot on when you talk about how they, to a certain degree, exploit.
Yes, it's a good word.
You know, their own race. Now, but the question I always want to ask, because I don't like it. I don't like the way it feels.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I ask my question: what are they in the business of?
Journalism.
And what's the hottest part about journalism? The shit that's gonna get the people, the viewers, they know scandal. Black people definitely gonna raise up, and they got history. Just all the stuff you read out is basically a pattern that's out in front of them. Hell, we did this R. Kelly shit. Black people went crazy. Money. Right. Kobe's hot. Let's jump on him, and we're gonna make the interview the hottest one that everybody talking about.
You gotta ask the questions.
You gotta ask the questions. So to your point,
she knew
right,
ahead of time she
knows.
was gonna ask them questions.
That's why they top level,
right?
Because they like, I've risked my whole people. That don't mean I'm okay with that.
See,
but
that lane is
no, that's a real talk. That's just what it is.
That's what it is.
Look, that lane is wide open.
It's wide open because
nobody don't want to fuck with that shit.
Don't nobody want to fuck. They like, who gonna come on here and really press a line?
Yeah,
nobody.
Yeah.
So now you look at what Gayle King has became. She done got even bigger.
Yeah,
you know, because. Publicity is bad publicity. Bad publicity is good publicity. All publicity.
Larry, what you think about all this, man?
I think it's trash. I'm pretty sure that y'all have touched on every point, but I remember a long time ago, and y'all said stop separating Oprah and Gayle. But I remember a long time ago how Oprah wouldn't allow any hip hop artists on her show. Yep. And even when she did, they'd have to be on there for something besides hip hop.
Facts.
When what movie was that? Crash. When Crash came out, she had the cast of Crash on there. Ludacris was on there. He wasn't allowed to discuss anything about hip hop. His bread and butter. All he could talk about was the movie. Ice Cube was the same way when she had I forget what movie he was in. That she had him on the show, but
that was that series that he had with White and Black.
Black and White.
Black and White, yeah.
He wasn't allowed to talk about anything hip hop related, and so if you know that about Oprah, then it's not hard. This Gayle shit don't surprise you. The one thing that surprised me about Gayle that I didn't know was. And I don't know if anybody's mentioned this. I didn't know she was that goddamn shapely. I saw some pictures.
I saw a picture of her ass. Ooh, yeah.
Is that real?
Ooh, yeah, I was like, ooh, yeah.
Hey, Goodwell, that take a Texas motherfucker.
Hey, yeah, because it was.
But she has some ass, so I saw the picture.
Hey, she did. That's one thing about dudes. You know what I mean? We can not like somebody, but then come together around an ass like that.
Be careful. That might be a diaper. You know she's 60 plus, motherfucker. Y'all ain't never seen it till today.
Hey,
Snoop made her.
I might have to see it. I might have to see it for myself.
Yeah, but you know,
So with that being said, I have a question. Are people like, we all look at the money Oprah makes, we look at the money Gayle makes, and we be like, oh, they rich. With the moves that they make, are they autonomous or are they puppets? And whose puppet are they?
Autonomous meaning authentic into themselves. This is what they want to do.
And this is what they do. They're doing what they own. Yeah. Or are they somebody's puppet?
I don't think. If I can answer that first,
go ahead.
I don't think that at this stage and age of development, as far as career involved, that Oprah needs to be a puppet. Right? I think Oprah carries her own agenda. You know, she is who she is. She hasn't been at the people's level in years. Like we seeing it from our point of view and our vantage point. We seeing it like, man, she had the barbecue with us, and then she gonna go hate on the black people. Like, nah, she ain't never at the barbecue, dog. And everybody at her parties is fucking billionaires. So the people are people to her. Yeah. So we hold her to some sort of standard. Like, you supposed to be down for the people. Well, who got money like? You know, and I'm not saying she's right. I disagree. I'm saying, but to your question, I think that's something that she understands. She's a smart woman. There's nobody's gonna push Oprah. She has her own television network, all the money in the world. If she walk away today, she'd be fine. So I think that's what she want to do.
What do you think, Mike?
Okay, look, Oprah is a powerful motherfucker, right? Because she's got the numbers. If you think about who she is, she's like Kylie or somebody that got 100 million followers. That's Oprah's the first of that. You know what I mean? Before followers or any of that shit.
Yeah.
She got all these homes, all these ladies that do whatever she want, right? To me, when she broke away from NBC or ABC, whichever one it was, ABC, and started her own shit. CBS started her own shit. It plummeted at first, and she fought and got her shit popping again, right? To me, that's when she showed and proved that she was autonomous, man. She making her own decisions,
yes, sir.
Man. There's nobody running Oprah. She got no puppeteer. Now, look, there's somebody else. You're going to say Viacom this and all that and whatever. So-and-so got their hands in her pockets, maybe, blah, blah, blah. The shit she's doing is her, bro.
Absolutely, 100%.
And she is running the whole show, bro. Niggas ain't slipping nothing through the cracks.
And she ain't losing no sleep.
No. I want to hear what Larry think. Go ahead, Larry. What you think?
Man, look, I don't give a shit how many networks she on. I don't give a shit what she on, what she do. She's a black woman in Hollywood, and if you think a black woman in Hollywood is completely 100% autonomous, then I'd invite you to delve deeper into the whole thing, dog. They running this bitch.
But what's she losing, Larry? Hey, Larry, what's she losing though?
Yeah.
What is she?
Let me throw some numbers out there. Like, first of all, when it comes to OWN, Oprah doesn't own that anymore. Discovery owns 74% of OWN. She has no.
So she sold.
Yeah, she has no controlling stake.
That's great business. You build a business and you sell it.
But
But let me just say this, right? Let me just say what I'm saying, right?
Yeah.
Regardless of where her business is, that's what I said earlier. Regardless of who got their hands in her pockets or whatever, the move she made shows that she's autonomous, man.
Yes, they can offer.
Well, is she autonomous? Let's go back to the leaving Neverland documentary. They hung up at the light. Yeah. Let's go back to the Leaving Neverland documentary. She had that, before she went and did that documentary. Her and Gayle were on a boat with who? David Geffen, the most powerful man in Hollywood. The man that, like, if he woke up with Oprah's wealth, he'd kill himself. And it seems to me that before she did that, and then again before Gayle did the R. Kelly documentary, who was she seen having lunch with? Same guy. The guy who called himself Michael Jackson's best friend when he was alive. The guy who stole the Neverland logo, turned it the opposite way and made it the DreamWorks logo. And so Oprah seems to be around, she hangs around a lot of people that are a little more powerful than she is, that own the networks and distribute her programming. And she seems to have meetings with these cats before these documentaries about niggas come out. So when you look at it from that point of view, the fact that the people she's piling around with can find her wealth in the crack of their couch, and they own the networks and distribute her programming. Like, only way her programming get distributed is through their shit.
Right. Well, I don't know about that though.
No, that's very true. They own the
network. Only way.
No, I'm saying that's how she. Because
she could have called Netflix.
We have shows
that was on Netflix.
We have shows, but we don't have distribution. See, black people don't own distribution, and that's where the power is in distribution, not the show.
So
anybody can do the show.
No, so you're saying that your overall point is that you believe that Oprah is being a puppet.
She's a highly, highly, highly paid mammy.
Right, and to what benefit? What does she benefit?
Money, because you know what they do? Here, let me give you some more background information about Oprah. Because stuff gets buried with Oprah.
So how much more? Let
me put the onion back with you when it comes to Oprah. Oprah has a dad that's gotten caught for molestation a couple times, and them stories kind of got. She has a school in South Africa that over the last 20 years, there have been multiple accusations of child molestation. Kind of gets cut. Like, who? Like, Oprah's not powerful enough for us to make a story die. She works for somebody powerful enough to make a story like that die. Then there's that other man, I think his name was Father Emmanuel or whatever. She had the guy that on her show talking about her spiritual advisor. He's got convicted and put in prison for 17 years for molestation.
But if she don't work no more,
I'm saying these is Oprah's people.
But if she doesn't work anymore, then what?
What I'm saying is this: in Hollywood, people have leverage. Oprah's somebody who has a very questionable associations and backgrounds, but she keeps doing jobs, pointing the picture at black people, quote unquote, that have these issues that aren't nearly as bad as what she's been associated with. So that's why I'm asking. That's why from my point of view, from my conclusion, it looks to me as if Oprah is a very, 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 very high paid mammy and puppet.
Okay, look, can I say this?
Because she doesn't generate her own money. She gets paid by people who distribute her programming. No, Oprah, yes. Oprah's an employee.
Okay, look, real quick, bro. I think what you're saying is right? Mm-hmm. I'm listening to you, and I think what you're saying, I hear it all, right? Except, I don't think they're using her, man. I think she's using them.
Yes. Absolutely.
So what did
all
she
the moves you said, right? They the moves that happened. Yeah.
How?
She
Okay. Break it down to me. Break it down to me. How is she using
the chess game?
No. Tell me how she's using them.
You're taking away her ability
her
to
accountability.
No, I'm not taking anything. If you're saying she's using them, tell me. Show me.
Okay, so look, all your examples, right? If you're a person, right, that's willing to sell your people, right, for this dollar amount, right, this amount of fame or whatever, right, all she's doing, dude, is stacking paper and stacking deals, getting higher and higher, wider and wider distribution. Yeah, someone owns the company. Yeah, I'm going to use your ass and get everything I want out of your ass. I got networks. I got this. I got that. I got that. I'm doing this thing, this initiative. Man, she been hating black men, bro, since the first day she got on in Chicago.
Of course.
Right?
Of course.
So that's the thing she does, man. She's using them, man, to get this shit out.
To get her own pay now, is
Absolutely.
what you're saying.
Because it's a chess game. She's willing to, you can take a step back, if you will, with my people. I'm going to take a step back with my people, but I'm about to move 4 steps ahead of this chess game. See, it's a large picture here that sometimes the people don't necessarily see, so we want to just chalk it up as to she hate. Well, she might have a problem, but I don't know. But I'm telling you, the question is, it's not so much what we think. She's not attached to us as close as we may believe. She wasn't at the barbecue. She don't play. She's not doing. She's $1 billion business, and she's using it, and we're just sacrificed in that case because she's so far up in business. Right. She's so far up at the top, like you said. And I actually like your point of view, Mike, because it's a chess game. She like, oh, y'all want me to do what? Because guess what? R. Kelly is what? Okay, so we know what he's involved in. She just did the news, right? Same with Michael Jackson. It's been allegations way before her. Black people didn't get in line when the white dude had him on TV talking to him. The little Arab dude.
The first allegation started after her first interview with him. So she's been here the whole time.
No, but he did an interview with the guy, and the guy asked Michael Jackson, did he think sleeping in the bed with kids was good? And he still said yes.
But no, that was Doctor. You gotta go back and watch the whole interview.
Okay, well that interview.
Now I want to clarify that because that's one thing with misconception I like to always clear up when it comes out. When you watch the whole interview, Michael Jackson said, "I love sharing my bed with a child. I sleep in another room." But sharing my bed with a child is the highest level of love I can show.
Fair enough.
And that's what he said when it was unedited.
Fair enough. But that's the interview I'm talking about. What I'm saying is people have been talking to Michael Jackson for the longest. So it's not like, so now what I do feel, and I do agree with everybody, is that I think the Kobe Bryant was like greedy. It was like greedy.
Good word.
Okay,
man.
So I got a question for Larry.
You feel me? And it was an opportunity.
I got a question for Larry. Larry, you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, Larry, I got a question for you then. Okay. Let's take what Kevin and Mike is saying that she's doing. I see it, but I'm gonna Larry to say his point of view. Carl, if you sit there, hold on, we'll get to you after Larry. Larry, let's take what Kevin and Mike is saying. Oprah's playing chess for her own end. With that being said, is she somebody who deserves our respect, or respect as a black woman, if she's using black society for her personal gain? Is she someone who deserves that respect?
Absolutely not.
I agree 100%. Yeah. Absolutely not. Because that's not necessarily, I don't know your point of action, that question, but I don't know if that's at the center of the point of what we're talking about.
No, I want Larry to,
because I agree with you. No, we don't owe.
You don't. I was looking at Larry. What you think?
For many reasons.
Let me get what Larry think about it.
Harriet Tub, man. What the
fuck? Larry, what you think about it?
About what? About what they said?
Yeah, Oprah using us as leverage.
Again, very rarely do we see black people in a position of power in terms of Hollywood to where we can use anything for leverage. we're being used. Now, we might get crumbs.
Yeah.
And we might use those crumbs, but for the most part, we're being used. And at the end of the day, Oprah is still a black woman in Hollywood. And they've given her some shit, and they propped her up, and we think that she owns this, and she's this big boss bitch, and all that stuff we say about our own people. But man, she's a high-powered, high-paid puppet.
Yes. Larry, I'm gonna have you call right back. I got a caller calling there right now. Caller, what's up? Thank you for holding on the hotel-ish. What's your name?
Hey, man, I was at the corporate office last night, and your fucking mother was right.
We always got some old racist.
Who was this?
That's some racist. I get this racist troll.
What'd he say? I missed it.
We hung up on this whole ass. We always get this at least once or twice a month. I get some cousin fucker to call in when I'm talking that real shit that likes to troll my show.
Oh, shit.
And that motherfucker held on, too.
I wish I would have heard what
that shit was on hold for like 7 minutes for him to go ahead.
What did he want to say?
He wanted to tell us that his mama smelled like mayonnaise and eggs. That's what he wanted to tell us.
Damn.
Larry, call your whole ass back in.
But yeah, again, man, I think it's a very.
This is what I want to say about that. Like, as far as I think that's Larry right there. Hold on. Is that Larry? Larry, is that you? Oh shit! Call back, Larry. Anyway, so this is what I was saying as far as like we have to understand that Oprah and her shows, everything that she's done has been a subsidiary of King World. She doesn't have anything independent of the people that are above her. So when you look at that dynamic, he who owns distribution writes the rules and what you can and cannot say. And like I said, with all those scandals surrounding Oprah, somebody's like making them scandals disappear.
She got a lot of money.
That don't matter.
Yeah, it absolutely matters. And
let me tell you what. Let me tell you why. Hold on. Let me tell you why it doesn't matter. It's because her wealth, $1 billion. Great, cool. David Geffen, 36.
We talking about $1 billion. Let's just stay at the $1 billion.
Yeah. We ain't gotta say there
because we don't.
No, but it's to his
the
advantage,
people
bro.
own the distribution got more.
No, yeah, but it's to their advantage that her shit gets wiped away,
it is,
bro.
But hold on, we talking about
Mike. I like what you just said there.
It's
to their advantage,
right?
That her shit get wiped away.
Right.
So
it's the money that she got.
I feel that.
Right.
I feel
and the money that she generates.
We're talking about what's the difference in $1 billion and 30. Well, there's a difference, but what
big ass difference.
But what can't you do with $1 billion? Right. Like
and
we're talking about $1 billion, like somebody with 36 billion is in a better position.
One, we don't know. She doesn't have 36.
Like how many fucking Gucci belts do you need to buy, bro?
One, Oprah doesn't have $1 billion. That's money that's stacked away in interest that it's not liquid. She's not having $1 billion liquid. That's
so if she don't have $1 billion liquid, we'll agree she at least got 500 million liquid.
She got at least maybe about 200 million liquid, maybe
100. About 100. Damn, you gonna take her down?
When it comes to Forbes, that's about how you do it. When it ain't about
Forbes though.
But Forbes, another thing, when people are in Forbes, they generally pay to get themselves put in there.
Yeah, but it ain't about Forbes with her, bro.
She really got it, and I think money moves this capitalistic society.
If you really got it, do you have to sell your network?
No, that's what businesses do. They build a business and they sell it. That's how you do business.
But this is what she's been doing since she sold her network.
Because she's a great businesswoman. You build a business and you sell it.
She's stacking, bro. She like motherfucking.
Because that's all you got to do. You're right, though. That's exactly what it is. That's business. You thought she was going broke?
I didn't say she was going broke.
She'll never, like, you know what I mean?
But the network was failing before it got them equity.
It's like the stocks.
But that's how you do it, though.
It's like the stocks. You know what I'm saying? I'm hot, I'm selling. You know?
Hey, I feel you right there. But I feel y'all.
Yeah, that's the business. But again, I don't think she's no puppet. I think she chooses who she wants to get into bed with, business-wise.
Which is a much more sinister way to look at it, but it's real, bro.
And that's why my conclusion to it is when it comes to these people in Hollywood, I always have a rule. Entertainers are not leaders. Entertainers are not leaders. Entertainers are not leaders. Entertainers are motherfuckers that's really good at what they do, and we should respect them for that. We should learn about them and how they become as great in their field as they are, so we can apply that to our lives and become great in whatever we do. But these motherfuckers are not leaders.
Now, why do you believe that, though?
Because it's the truth. Because
you could be somebody before.
Hold
on. You could be somebody, but you could be somebody before you're an entertainer.
Let me ask you. Let me tell you why. Because like Big Gregory, he's an entertainer, but he was a leader. But you know what he did? He stepped away from Hollywood and got leadership skills up, and then came back. You know what I mean? Because I'm somebody who's been like in the field since I was 14, and Hollywood and those skills don't translate nothing to what I do in entertainment. Two different disciplines.
In what field?
I'm an advocate. I'm a mentor. I sell programs on how to train other adults on how to work with children. I advocate for children to get through the school system, and I mentor. And I've been doing that forever.
Man. And I think that's
but
what
those skills ain't got nothing to do with what I do.
But hold on. But check this out, though. But wait, because I'm the same guy. That's what made me ask the question. I don't want to get you too off your point. So I do the exact same thing.
Yeah.
Right. I've been working with kids since I was only 22,
yeah.
but I've been in the school system working with kids. I've always dealt with the young kids, the knuckleheads. I've been doing it my entire life. So I felt like, and that was back then. And then I moved to LA and started this, because we're entertainers.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I think those skills that I learned dealing with kids, be it patience, be it public speaking, all of these things that I find that when I get on stage, I find myself reaching into my toolbox. Like, oh shit, I did this when I was 22, but guess what? I know how to speak in front of people, whether my jokes are funny or not. I know how to stand in front of people and just whatever that is. You feel what I'm saying?
And you know what that is?
Right?
That's public speaking. That's leadership.
No, but leadership, that's two different things, because leadership is I've led young boys.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You feel I've done that years before I started comedy.
Yeah.
So in every case, a lot, like to your point, a lot of comedians, a lot of entertainers may not be leaders.
Yeah.
I don't know if you was making it as a blanket statement.
Let me clarify what I'm saying. Entertainers aren't leaders. As a society, we should not look to our entertainment class to lead us anywhere.
Okay.
And here's why I say that. Because as a black society, we do have the greatest entertainers out there. Always. We always have. But when it comes to the social order, the social ladder, we are on the bottom. The people who are on the entertainers entertainment is what you do when business is done. The leaders of a society is your business class. The leaders of society are your scientists. The leaders of society are your engineers. The leaders of society are the people who make the society get to the point to where we can now get jobs to afford to even pay to go to the comedy show.
So scientists are leaders?
Scientists are your leaders, because these are the people that are making the breakthroughs. These are the people that are bringing air conditioning in.
I think artists are leaders, bro.
Artists are artists. Artists create shit.
You get every other discipline the ability to be a leader except an artist.
This is why I said leadership in a leadership role. You know why?
It doesn't make it automatic. You don't automatically get to be a leader.
Because you're a scientist and you can make a fucking cell phone. But you're a porn. You're addicted to porn.
Okay, so what's okay?
You know what I'm saying? You can make computers, but you're addicted to porn.
Okay, so let's say you're right. In black society, the entertainers and athletes are leaders. We're on the bottom.
Some of them are.
No, I'm saying when it comes to our society, when they talk about black leadership, they talk about Jay-Z, they talk about Michael Jordan, they talk about Oprah Winfrey.
So I know I understand. I agree with you on that. Them are not our leaders. Those are not the people that we should be like follow their moves.
That's what I mean.
Yeah. So, but to your statement, it just sounded a little different. But what you're saying is, hey guys, don't look to these people to lead you.
Yes.
Right, but they can be still.
But the problem is we prop the people up, and as a society, we've been looking to them people for leadership.
That's fair, because I can't believe I don't understand the whole Jay-Z thing. How we rallied behind Jay-Z as if so, and I fuck with his music.
Yeah,
and he done some great things. But why do we feel like Jay and Beyonce and Puffy are fucking Obama
Puffy
and Michelle?
Even more, man.
Even Puffy are talking about something. The Oscars need to treat us fair. He ain't give what's his name his goddamn masters back.
Yeah, what about all that?
Mace.
It's just too much, bro. I think we look at Jay-Z like, oh my God, like dog. Jay is just a businessman,
right?
Yeah, and he's somebody that when it comes to being another reason why I say that. When you get to that level of artistry, when you get to your Jay-Z level, when you get to your LeBron level in basketball, when you get to Beyonce's level, these people work at their craft 12, 15 hours a day.
Right.
They ain't got time to be reading the USA Today to tell you what the fuck is going on. Like, these niggas work at what the hell they do. You know what I mean? Larry, what you think about us having leadership classes of entertainers, man?
They're not role models, for sure.
Simply put, if you are able to fall off, then you're not a leader.
Say that again,
Because entertainers
Say that again.
can
Hey,
have-
say that again, dog.
if you're in the position to fall off, then you can't be a leader. Because entertainers will have a strong run. They'll win a couple Oscars, or they'll win a couple Grammys, they'll have a bunch of hit singles, and then their career goes to shit. And nobody's paying attention to them anymore because they're not hot anymore. How the fuck they gonna lead you?
But
Ain't
what
nobody
about
paying attention to them?
But what about the stock market? What about the record business? But they're artists. But what about the stock market? Like
That's nobody's leader. That's just some shit.
But no, hold on though, because I like to use the term discipline. In order to really make it and be a success in entertainment, there's a work ethic that comes along with that, and you can guide people a work. It's not about, because you could be the most talented motherfucker on the planet, but if you don't have the organization, if you don't have the discipline, the same discipline it takes to become a scientist, a lawyer, a doctor, a president, it takes to be a great comedian. Now, if you're talking about just being an open mic comedian, then okay, cool. But if you're talking about getting to a level like Kevin Hart, you have to. That's more than jokes. I'm sorry, it's more than jokes or other comedians that's been on higher levels. There's a lot of comedians that's great. It's not about, whatever discipline it takes to be great at anything. You know what I'm saying? It takes a leadership qualities.
It takes those qualities, but this is what I'm saying about someone that you call a leader of a society that you're speaking to.
Okay.
The leaders of the people that you should be listening to are the people who, the same time Kevin Hart is spending working on his jokes. These people are spending time reading the numbers and the forecast, and
that's the same thing as writing jokes.
I get it. But what I'm saying, it's a different role. The people, when I look at leader, I'm looking at somebody like, say, like a Dr. Claude Anderson. A Dr. Claude Anderson is somebody who spends his day reading the numbers, assessing the past, forecasting where we're going. Somebody who spends 10, 15 hours a day seeing where the economy was headed, seeing where we're headed socially. Your social scientists, these people exist, and they're putting out information all day. And these are the people that are telling us, when you listen to these people, they're the ones that give you the most accurate information on how to behave today, where to send your children for school, and all these things, because they're reading the lay of the land and projecting where things are going to be, and they're spending their time doing these things. But it's like, we don't listen to them. We're listening to somebody who's spending their whole day being a better entertainer and having them tell us, oh man, make sure you send your kids to college and make sure you go ahead and vote. To me, that's backwards, because you got people who study elections and no one listens to these motherfuckers.
Well, everybody's not necessarily,
but they out there,
right? But you know what? It sounds like that's your interest too. You have a
no. Let me make that clear. It is not about my interest.
No.
Let me land. Let's look at how the government works. When the government says, okay, we want to go ahead and look at leadership and set policy for the next 10 years, they don't call in Garth Brooks. They order studies, and they pay people who spend all day studying shit.
But what makes that? Why is they leaders? Because they study these numbers.
I tell you why they're leaders, because they have.
Let me land.
They have the information.
Let me land. Shout out my dog Boo Health. Let me land. What I'm saying is, what makes them leaders? Because they study numbers. They study this. They got all the numbers. They got all these numbers. They don't lift their head up to see what's going on in the community. So they way at the top talking about but they ain't never set foot on the block.
What's going on in the community is something that they forecasted 20 years ago.
Yeah, but what I'm telling
what I'm telling
you, how are you a leader?
I'm glad Mike
how
said
are
that.
You a leader and you never come to the block though?
Let me answer Mike.
Okay,
because Mike said, so what? I'm gonna tell you why it's so what. Because every condition that we see on the block today was planned 30 years ago. Okay. By people who told you. But 30 years ago, this shit's coming.
But they didn't come to the hood to change it. So how are they leaders?
No.
If I know that
they're
there's going to be a
plan, you gotta realize that's the end result. You can't change it. You change it.
It's not. You can.
You change it back here.
If you tell me that
you change it in the plan, you don't change it at once it already happened.
Hey, look, man, I'm looking at the numbers. I done studied numbers so close. I know every 10 millionth train is gonna crash.
No, it's not about numbers. It's about you have city plan. You got people when it comes like gentrification and
leaders are in the neighborhood like you. Leaders are in the community.
Yeah, bro.
Those are leaders.
Some leaders ain't got nothing, bro. Leadership is nothing about none of that.
And you know what?
It's not about none of that, bro.
All these reasons we saying why it can't happen, why it's not wrong, is a major reason why black people are last in everything.
No.
We listen to the wrong. We're not stupid.
No,
we listen to the wrong people.
We're talking about two different things, though, Dewan, because what you're saying is
I'm
that
the host, nigga. Why don't you niggas get online then? What I'm saying is this.
What I'm saying is that we're arguing two different points, dog.
Yeah.
All I'm saying is you said that artists are not leaders.
They're not the leaders of
society.
society.
Okay, that's fair. And neither are numbers people.
Yeah.
What I'm telling you is the reason for the black
They lead
people.
white society.
Okay, the reason why the black
White
people.
society winning.
All right, so okay, cool. You talk.
If white society's winning, should we if you playing basketball, and you coaching this team?
The reason why we're not winning is because as a people we have an outlook on everything, but when in essence it's right in the neighborhood. OGs turn to the young G's and say this shit ain't cool. We ain't gonna. It ain't. It's way. Look,
How
man,
can the OGs turn to the young G's when the city parents are putting them in jail before they
you
get a chance
cutting
to
me
do
off,
that?
big dog. I know
No,
it's
I'm
a radio
asking-
show.
I'm asking the question.
No, but I'm talking.
You know what I'm saying? How can the OGs talk to the young G's when the people who plan in this society knew 20 years ago we gonna get these niggas locked up in prison before they even get a chance to talk to the young
What I'm
niggas?
telling you is
That's what happened.
No, you can't lock my son up. You know why you can't lock him up? Ask me why. Anybody?
Why?
Because I'm right there. So what I'm telling you is we have an epidemic that's going on in the neighborhood. So until our neighborhoods get right, it don't matter. Look, I'm not saying everybody gonna be in their son like things happen or their kids like things happen, but for those that can, how the system gonna get your son? Explain it.
13th Amendment. Go ahead, Larry. Go ahead.
If you
No,
Larry, hold on,
Larry.
Larry, because he gonna have you explain what he
We
wants.
only got 5 minutes. Let him
Okay,
talk.
so what I'm saying is, how can they get him if you right there with him?
Go ahead, Larry.
Okay, simply put, Trayvon Martin's dad
Not
was
that.
right there.
No, not that. Trayvon got killed on some bullshit. I'm talking about
You said
selling
Tate.
dope. No, I'm saying selling dope in the hood to the people that live next door. That's what I'm talking. I ain't talking about getting shot by some racist motherfucker. I mean,
That can
happen anywhere. I'm talking about fatherless boys. That's what
Why
I'm
are they
talking
fatherless?
Because whatever reason, a million
Because their
reasons.
dad got locked up in jail when they was 3 months old for
Okay.
selling a rock for
So
20 years.
So because we see that, we can't let that happen again.
Why did that happen?
Yeah, somebody else
generation.
gotta
You
step
gotta
up.
you gotta ask yourself, why did that happen? Because black people weren't getting locked up for selling
Black
rocks
people-
in 1968.
But that was
why
a
did it
choice.
happen in 1988?
Anybody selling rocks is a choice.
Why is it a choice?
It's a choice.
Why?
It's a choice for every human, bro.
Because he had to eat, right?
No, it's get a job.
It is a choice.
What if there's not enough jobs?
There are jobs. And you know that,
No,
Dewan.
that's not the numbers, babe.
Dewan, there are jobs
That's
and you
not,
of all
no,
people.
no, I don't know that. No,
You can go work at the
the
grocery
problem
store.
in the no.
Hey,
do you know
I
they?
was washing windows, nigga.
Oh my God.
Do you
I
know
was
that
doing
these?
shit
So the
like
only way,
that.
so you telling me on this show, the Dewan Brown show, that the only way to get money is sell dope.
That's the only way to get money.
All right. So
But
it's
that's
a
a
choice.
big, there's a huge lake between that and getting money. It's a
There's a
huge
choice,
gulf.
but it's also a choice. Do you agree?
It depends. No, it's a false choice.
Is it a choice?
No, it's not. Oftentimes it's not.
No, it's a
If
bad
someone has-
choice. It's
if
a
someone
bad
has to
choice,
eat-
but it's a choice.
If someone has to eat, here, let me break it down. 'Cause
But is it a
hold on,
choice?
we only got a few more minutes.
Is it a choice? My bad.
We only
Is
got-
it a
we
choice?
only got a few more minutes.
He won't answer me though. He won't answer.
It's
He
a
gonna
false
cut me
choice.
off. But it's a choice nonetheless.
It's a false choice.
But it's a
Let
choice
me-
nonetheless.
Let me tell you what it is, because black society before 1968, before we got placed into these ghettos, we didn't have these. We didn't have drug selling issues. We didn't have any of that. Do you know? First of all, do you know where the term ghetto comes from? It comes from Italy. It comes from Germany. It says we're going to put these people. We can't put all these people in prison.
It's a trap, bro.
So we're going to herd these people into a neighborhood. We're going to deprive that neighborhood of resources. We're only going to give enough resources for 60 out of every 100. And out of the other 40, they going to have to get it however the fuck they get it. And society's going to make rules to make sure they stay in that box.
It's a trap,
Some
bro.
people are going to have to. Because you know what? One thing about the human body, if it's going to stay alive, it has to eat. And so people will have to make that choice. Some people.
But it is a
to
choice.
go
You're calling
into
it.
that.
So you are calling it a choice.
Here's the difference.
But you are calling it a choice.
Here's the difference.
But you are calling it a choice.
Nigga, do you got ears? Did
No,
you hear
but
me
you
say
said it
choice?
wasn't. Okay, thank you. I need
Question. So here's it is. But that condition exists in every neighborhood in America. White, black, Mexican, Latino, Asian, everybody deal drugs. The problem is only one group gets locked away for 20 years for doing it. That's the issue.
That's the result.
No, that's not the result. That was put in through policy by Joe Biden.
Well, why you didn't go to jail? Why you didn't go to jail for selling dope?
I had 2 parents in the house.
No, so that matters. That's what I'm talking about.
But you know what?
That's what I'm talking about, bro.
You know what?
Thank you.
You know what?
My point.
90% of the kids I mentor don't, and they don't sell drugs either.
Okay, so it's a choice to sell drugs.
But you know what? My one kid that did sell drugs, you know why he sold drugs? Because his mama couldn't get a job. He had to start working at 7 years old, selling candy on Hollywood Boulevard in Santa Monica when he was 10 to buy his own clothes. And then when he turned 11, his mama started charging him gas money to go to school. So he had to start making more money than he could make selling candy. So what else could he do?
Would you ever give your son that option?
It's not about what I would do. They have different circumstances than me. People have different conditions than me.
But it's a choice.
You can't judge a hungry person.
I didn't judge nobody, bro. I said it's a choice.
You can't judge nobody's choice with a hungry stomach that got an empty belly.
Okay, but there's consequences that come with your choice.
Exactly.
You can't choose to sell dope because you hungry, get arrested, go to prison, and blame society. That's all I'm saying.
Well, white people. I'm saying a white person has
trap,
a white person sells them same drugs. He's not going to jail.
I don't. You could be right. That's all fine and
well
well and good.
Setting the traps for him.
But what I'm saying
and
is
not setting the traps for him.
So with all that being said,
you gotta avoid the traps, man. You gotta be smart.
How?
You gotta be smart.
The same way you avoid them.
Break that down.
How did you avoid them? How did you avoid them?
Yeah.
No, I found my inner gifts.
There you go.
All right.
But you know what?
That's what I'm gonna teach the young people.
You know the difference?
That's what I'm gonna teach young
people.
You know the difference? Not go sell dope if you get hungry.
You know the difference? Let me break it down. Let me break it down to y'all. And here's the difference. My bottom base of Maslow's hierarchy of needs was met. When you have a support system, when you have a full stomach, when you have an income, you can then build to the next level of finding your gifts and finding your talents and finding employment. But when a child, listen to me, when a child does not have the base level of Maslow's hierarchy of needs, he cannot go to the second level. It is impossible to think of how you're going to get yourself out of a situation with a hungry stomach. That's science, not DeJuan Brown.
But where does dope come from? Where does selling weed come from? UCLA
is where crack was made.
No, man.
And Joe Biden wrote into the laws.
No.
Listen, no.
What is all that got to do?
No, that has nothing to do with
that. Has everything to do with everything because you guys are going around saying.
No, you were just saying this dude is our leader because he's doing these statistics, man.
No.
If he's one, it's a whole bunch of people.
You know the reason why I said those people are the leaders?
That's who.
You know why? You know why I said they're the leaders? It's because if you picked up the fucking book 30 years ago, you wouldn't have got put. We wouldn't be where we are now.
Hey,
well, we only got 1 minute left. We only got 1 minute left. Larry, where can they find you, dog?
You can find me on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. Just type in Larry Goodwell. My shit'll pop up.
Sorry ass nigga. Good.
Damn, that's cold.
Goodwell, good to hear from you, dog.
All right, Larry,
man.
You
too, man. You too, D-Town.
You know me and DeJuan on here gonna always go down every time it's going down.
Yes, sir.
I'm a regular. I just became a regular.
I want you to come back, especially when we get deeper into basketball season. Mike, where can they find you?
What up, man? I'm King Mike Boogie,
bro.
man.
You don't want me here, bro.
Follow me. Check out Mike Robertson Boulevard Tuesday nights, man. 8:30.
All right, where can they find you, Kevin?
Kevin Tate is KevinTateis. That's on Instagram. Kevin Tate on Facebook. And make sure y'all check out my story time. My YouTube page is Kevin Tate.
That should be funny.
Subscribe to that, man.
That shit funny.
Yo, I appreciate that. And one more time, hey, shout out to you, DeJuan, for bringing me on the show. Make sure y'all check for me, man, in a club near you, man.
Got you. I'm DeJuan B. My web designer guy just got back in from China, so hopefully my website will finally be up soon. I've been saying that shit for a month. But the Hotep-ish t-shirts are going to be on that. Hotep-ish.com. Hotep-ish on Facebook. Like the Facebook page, Hotep-ish. Like me on Instagram at DeJuan B, DWANB. And remember this. There are no perfect messengers, only perfect messages if you feel the game that's been provided. My name is DeJuan B. We out.
R.I.P. Silver.